Well, folks, back again for another wee video. Um, just I better explain who this is first. This here is the wife, who's
18 years today.
18 years today, who's trying to drag me off to Spain uh, for a better life. Maybe, as like a lot of us, we do sit down sometimes, we'll look out the window and we go, not another grey day. Just the greyness in this part of the world sucks the life clean out of you. It does me anyway, and I'm sure a lot of the rest of you too. But that's at times like that, whenever we think together there and we go, as everybody has been on holidays and you've sat down and you've went, different people have spoke to you and go, oh, we're living here, we're around the corner, we're this, that, and the other, and things are good, and everybody's going to tell you things are good and great too, I'm sure, but I'm sure they are for them, or else they still wouldn't be there. So everybody seems to give it a bit of a crack. Uh, all they're after is an easier life and to be able to, at times, just walk out their door when they want and a bit of decent weather out there. A healthier lifestyle. I know that over there, the answer, a lot of people think, oh, it's being so much cheaper and this, that, and the other. It's not down around the seafronts and places like that, close to the front. But you can, if you think like a local and you go to the local markets on a lot of the days, say on a Tuesday or a Sunday and places like that, you soon find out where they are. You can come away with an awful bag of fruit and vegetables there for about €20 that'll last for days and days, quite simply because they're not covered in chemicals. You'd keep your fruit and veg for near a week. Here, 2 days, boom, it's done. And at these local markets, a lot of the guys will come down there, they'll sell a whole chicken, for example, cooked chicken, €12. So if you shop smart, and you get into the way of going over there, yes, it is a lot cheaper. And I know myself, a lot of the rates for the community fees and stuff like that, and a lot of the places that you stay at, communities you would stay in, urbanizations as they would call them, that have the swimming pools in them, they're maintained. Your grass, your bins, and all that, and a lot of the places have free Sky TV and stuff in, and internet and stuff like that too, and they're all included in your rates, and they can sometimes hover in between €700 and €800 for 2 3 bedroom apartments. So yeah, car insurances and stuff in around that sort of 250 €300. Car tax is something like €16 a year. Fuel is quite a little bit cheaper, but similar to here. But if you haven't noticed over there, the roads, there's no cars on them. So that's what we really love. I said to the missus, look, if we ever get a car and drive over there, I says, Amanda, how easy is that to learn? Obviously you're going to be driving on the opposite side of the road to us, but the roads are not chock-a-block.
Yeah.
Over here, I go out and I go, this country is overloaded with people. No matter what time of the day it is that I'm driving about, chock-a-block, bumper to bumper, everywhere. The country just seems to be overloaded.
That's not all you say when you're out driving.
Yeah, so we are having thoughts of going over, and we're going to be doing, as I said in the wee intro video, of going to Spain. There are certain parts of it where we might be interested in living in. So we've been over last year in the Costa Blanca area there, and we've went out with estate agents. We've had a little look at a few properties and stuff, and yeah, you can really get the feel for it and the vibe for it, so you can. And everything's so much simpler. You'll not be washing carpets and stuff like that, and everything's tiles and so much easier. And obviously, a lot of the maintenance work outside, grass cutting and things like that, there's all done by the guys that are looking after the different urbanization areas. So just so much cleaner, tidier, and obviously you're not sitting with wardrobes of clothes and the likes. coats and whatnot there, you know what I mean? So yeah, I'm sure in the cooler months there, a wee coat or heavier jacket there is going to be needed at stages, but you're just not going to need all that stuff. And stuff is the operative word here, isn't it? Like, because if we all look around us, we have a lot of stuff, haven't we? And stuff that you're never going to use and really, you know, that you're never going to really need. Certainly not over there in those sort of types of temperatures, you know. And for me, as I said to Amanda, I says, look, see a scooter, class. Just throw your leg over and away you go. You could drive them for about 4 weeks on 20 quid, you know. But obviously for airport runs and getting Amanda home every now and again, because she wants to come home quite a bit. But the likes of that, what do you call them, Ryanair? Friends of ours are getting home for €26 both ways. So, you know, nipping home again, which is 2.5 hours roughly in the plane. It's not a big thing to visit family. Logan will be with us. Our Caitlin wants to stay here. She's got a really, really good job here, and she's into the second year of her, what would you call it, an apprenticeship type of thing?
Yeah, but it's a higher level apprenticeship, but a degree she gets paid to do her degree. And then she's talking about possibly moving abroad to Germany because of where some of the pharmaceutical companies are. So
Yeah.
and then Dad's still here and stuff. So yes, I would like to be able to come back and forwards, but I would still like the chance of a better sort of more relaxed lifestyle and more heat and less pains. I suffer from different arthritis and stuff, and it just cold, wet and damp months don't do me any good sort of thing. So either a permanent move or spend more of the winters abroad in more heat.
Yeah.
Would
Could
be
come
nice,
to that.
yeah.
As I said to Amanda there, Amanda would say to me, what about Caitlin being at home and this, that and the other, the child and this, that and the other, and then I went, she's talking about going straight to Germany, to a new job, so nobody's, you know what I mean, nobody's going to be waiting about on us when the time comes, so
We
you
should
know.
say the child is coming 21.
She is, yes. And look, the house will be, you know, she'll still be here looking after things, let's just say, and her job's just around the corner, which is super handy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as I says to Amanda there, he says, when the child gets to a certain age, she has plans.
I know.
Hasta luego. She'll be away. See you later. Over to somewhere, well, whatever it is in German, I don't know what see you later is in German, but anyway, that's where she's heading, and she's putting the feelers out. She's going in a few months' time, isn't she?
Yeah, she's going at the end of August to Berlin.
For a little holiday and a little recce around the city and see what it has to offer. The bottom line is, when she comes back from there with her eyes opened, and the pharmaceutical company that works hand in hand with Almac here, big pharmaceutical company here, they work hand in hand, as I say, and they share a lot of their own information and stuff like that, so they know what they're getting. If Caitlin comes from Almac, they'll know exactly who's coming and what our qualifications are, and dabbling in the same drug end of things as both companies are in. So yeah, it should be like a straight transition for her. She'll be very confident that way. When she knows what she wants to do, she will head that way, and no one will stop her. So as I says to Mum, I says, yeah, we'll be here and doing her own wee bit. Caitlin will be so I said to her, maybe we go first and test the water in whatever capacity, you know, maybe rent down the area, as everybody would say, you know, guys, it's been in the area and you got to take it on board. Their advice is have a crack at renting in the area. It's a year out of your life, maybe. Take a year out of your life and go down, get into the area. You get the feel for it. If we get the wee man who's 11 into school and he's happy and he's super confident. Now, last night he was sitting here and he started to pay attention, saying a wee bit of how things are pronounced. And we're watching Spain playing football, and that's where it came about. And yeah, I was telling him some of the words and the L's and the V's and the B's and stuff like that, and he was practicing with me here. So he started to take a wee bit interest in the Spanish language.
But he also likes the fact of that in Spain they don't wear school uniform, and he starts high school this September, which will then be a shirt, a tie, a blazer, long trousers all the time, which is hard enough to get him out of his summer uniform with the shorts.
I accidentally told him that the Spanish kids get 3 months off in the summer for holidays.
Yeah.
And I also accidentally told him that they don't have to wear a school uniform. So I think Logan's sort of getting on board with the idea of maybe possibly Spain mightn't be a bad idea, Dad, you know, so, yeah. So if we get the wee man on board, the thing is to get everybody on board. Everybody has to be singing off the same hymn sheet, but at the same way, there's no big major commitment. We want to go down into that area, and as I say, my plans in the back of my mind is to get into the area. I've spoke with a lot of people. We owned property for a good number of years there. We were landlords ourselves. We bought and sold houses for many years, and improved them and sold them on and things like that. So the last time we were over there, I spoke with some of the agents down there, and I mentioned to them, would it be a thing if I was able to get in contact with a lot of people from back home here in Ireland, people who would trust someone from here to get involved with yourselves, and if there's properties available that people are interested in from here and they want to come down and look around them, I can show them around and put them through the system of all what needs done to buy property down there, and is there a percentage of the sale in it for me? And for that, if I got to do something like that with my YouTube channel and stuff like that, and got a bit of commission, that would keep me more than happy. And who wouldn't keep happy, you know, down in Spain there, and just living the best life you can, you know, because it is what it is. We just buried my dad there a few days ago, so a whole lot of things have come into perspective this last while. And Amanda lost her mummy last year, you know, so we have had, and the same as a lot of yous out there, we have had quite a rough ride this past while, yeah.
But there's sort of no point. It sort of brings things into perspective where you turn around and you go, life is too short, sort of thing. My nanny passed away when she was 68, my mum's mum, and my mum passed away just 2 weeks after her 69th birthday. So I'm 45 at the minute, coming 46. So then I sort of look at life and go, well, I'm going to make the most of the next 20 years if that's what is decided for me, sort of thing. So I need to sort of get on board and sort of start living life a wee bit more and not being held back, sort of thing, thinking, oh, I need to be here, I need to be looking after this one, that one, or anything out there, you know, in case they need anything. I need to be, whereas kids nowadays, not Logan because he's still young and all the rest, and he absolutely dotes on his mummy and daddy, but Caitlin, that would be of the late teenage years where everything's like the typical student kind of thing, and everything is
about them,
selfish at times, let's say,
about them,
where they think that, you know, just these things all sort of just miraculously happen and stuff, and that, you know, you should be there to sort of make their lives easier rather than them, God forbid you ask them to actually do anything for you. You get looked at as if, you know, you've got horns coming out of your head. But no, so it is, it's time to sort of put.
She had a little view at some of the property prices in Germany.
Oh, did she?
She did, and was in for a large, got into a bit of a shock. It was a bit of a shock to her.
Why?
They're very high. Okay. I says, yes, Caitlin. I says, Germany is not a, it's not a house buying nation. It's always been known as a rental nation more. So a lot of people that buy the houses, they don't sell them again. They'll keep them in their family, pass them on. They keep renting the house out in revenue. So just down the years, the majority of that system in Germany has been mostly rental. So obviously anything that comes up for sale is going to be extortionate, you
Right,
know.
okay.
So she got a wee bit of a shock over there. But I told her, I says, look, the way it is, the likes of the wages, if you start to work for the pharmaceutical company in Germany there, I says you'll find that your wages will be more than enough to cover the likes of renting there, you know what I mean, and just live your best life. And the bottom line is, if it goes along and your wages does go up to a certain degree and you can afford the property, then well, then go for it if you want to spend. And she could spend the rest of her life in Germany. So yeah, so well, we'll be able to drive up there in the car, do you know? So and vice versa, she can come down in the car or whatever. Or it's a very short flight from Germany, you know, so to
It should be
Spain.
closer if she was.
Yeah, so if we were somewhere on the Costa Blanca down there in Spain, somewhere like that, living, and I just want our Logan, I want me and him to go to the harbours and fish, and I want to be able to write, let's go and watch Barcelona today, or Real Madrid, or let's go up to Catalonia and we'll watch the MotoGP and things like that. Just all the things that happen in Spain and stuff like that. We just go, because the fast track trains that they're putting on at the minute, they're like lightning. You know, they're really really fast and reasonable. So you're getting into different towns and cities in no time. Just the sheer speed, you know, of trains.
The public transport, I think, abroad is a lot better.
It is. It absolutely is, yeah.
Because my brother and his wife, they were in Amsterdam for his 40th, and they couldn't get over how well ran the public transport and the trains and the trams and everything was. So it would make more sense, and you wouldn't need to drive around the roundabouts the wrong road.
Yeah, well, even when we were coming into Spain, do you remember I said, "Do you look out the window, Amanda?" I says, "Do you see that big main road there, that's coming into the Torrevieja area, Lathania area?" I says, "Look at that big main road there." I says,
Hardly any cars.
how many vehicles do you see on that road?
Not too
In
many.
that whole stretch that we could see, I could see about 7. On that stretch, you know, coming into that, as I say, that whole Torrevieja area, Orihuela Costa area, this road was just taking you right into the middle of it. There was about 7 vehicles on it. And then when we got in there into the town centres and stuff, I says, how many cars is driving about here? No traffic. No traffic anywhere. So for confidence wise, and as you know yourselves, guys, once you get onto the right hand side of the road, generally the arrows, it's just arrowed all round the roundabouts, and it keeps you right, because they're aware there's people driving from abroad here all the time in motorhomes and things like that, and they need all the assistance on the roads they can, and you're not bouncing in and out of big potholes either, which is another thing I found.
The only thing I would say to people, we have looked at lots and lots of properties on the likes of all the estate agent sites and the big ones, Idealista and all the rest of it. We actually, before we went to view a property, that last holiday we were on, I saw the pictures of it from the website, and I thought, oh, that looks nice. You know, we went to the property and we got outside it, and I sort of looked and I went, oh. We went up inside and all the rest of it, and our son's first words to me out of the road of everybody else was, "We're not buying this, are we?" It was nothing like what they had got in the pictures, because I've saw where people have turned around and said that they have bought directly off, you know, just off seeing pictures on the websites and stuff, and after going and viewing some of the properties, I would not advise going to buy one by just seeing the pictures of it. Again, we got a guy to go and do a video around one of the properties that we had saw. We had looked at all the images, we had looked in around the area and in Agilis, and it looked lovely, and he went in and videoed, and I was sort of looking going, this looks nothing like what those pictures were and stuff, and I'm going, so you really do need to actually go to the area and go and see the properties and go inside.
Well, us being local, and as I say, if there's any properties out there on Idealista, which is it's like a property pal, massive, all over Spain, and what to do, Idealista and Think Spain is another one. So those channels there, guys, if you go onto those, or
They
those
cover
estate
all
agents,
areas.
they cover all areas. And the way Spain works is the estate agents will have a house, for example, and they're not getting any hits on it. The other estate agent is able to sell that house as well.
Yeah.
So it's all put in one big portal, and everybody, all the estate agents can dip in to that and go, here, any much interest in that property there? A few tire kickers, but nothing's really happening. And then the other estate agent will suggest, well, I might have a buyer for that. Is there a percentage of that in that for me? So they'll maybe offer them 2, 3, 4%, split the difference, because they're charging up around 8 and 10% over there, guys, in Spain. So the likes of that there, they all work together, so they do. And oh, there's the daughter back. So
Maybe they didn't know.
so yeah, so they all work together. No,
Yeah,
what have
they
you
all
and all
go-
that there.
yeah, they all work in
And
around-
they split,
yeah.
split the difference, so they do. And everybody's happy. So that's basically how they work, you know. So for now, is that, I think that's
Yeah.
just a wee bit of catch up. But what we'll do there, if we're doing the likes of that property sales or anything like that, name viewing houses and stuff, guys, you'll get it straight from the horse's mouth.
Yeah,
There'll be
we'll
no,
do some wee
there'll be
videos.
no, yeah, we will do some wee videos. There'll be no making it look better than what it is or anything like that, you know. So that'll be the plan.
No,
So
because if I'm in any of those videos, my face cannot hide
Yep.
how I
I
feel
know,
about something.
I know. So we're going to do some wee videos. We're going over to Mallorca here soon too, as I say, and around Peguera area there. And
But it's
we'll,
just a holiday.
yeah, it'll be a holiday, but we'll throw the cameras around the place and give you a wee rundown on it, just if anybody hasn't been there before. And just a wee bit of practice for us, as this YouTube thing's a bit new to us. So as you go along, you grow a wee bit more confidence, you know, in the whole thing. So
Bye for now.
guys, yeah, you can do the whole subscribe. Would appreciate it, and
Yeah.
like and share and all the rest of the jargon that they come out with. But just if you watch the video, we're more than happy.
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
All right.
So we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye. Bye.